So the next thing I'm going to do here is I am going to jump on setting up the Hydroboost and roughing it all in. All right, I got the bracket here. This mounts the Hydroboost to the firewall. So it's hitting this one bolt right here. So I gotta move that hole up, get that bolt in there, and have to drill one over here. Tiny bit of adjustment, but not enough to get in that spot. Oval this hole a little bit. I could get onto that one, but I'll keep that hole there. Everybody's the same. Plus this has got a welded nut on the back side. That might be a better idea. All right, let me check that. All right, this one here, I'm gonna oblong this hole a little bit so I can get down to where this one's at. And this one here, I should be able to just drill through it and do it. I'll show you why on the inside, why I'm gonna do that. I come in here, you see where that nut is right there. This nut right here is that one that I need to move. So it's a little hard to move it because I've got this in the way and it's got the bump. On this side, it won't be bad because I can get in here and weld easy, do whatever. As it's gonna go about there. It'll be right in the bump. I think I'm gonna do it on both. And I'll just weld a nut on here, on this side. All right, let's look again. Little extra work involved. I'll have to add on a little piece of metal on this side. This is a universal one, so it's GM, but it's universal. So this should be the only problem I have is with the bracket. There shouldn't be any other issues. So, all right, that's what I'm gonna do. Because these two are in the bracket that holds the pedals up. So it's the standard bracket. These are just two to hold it from moving around. So they're necessary, but they're not critical. So that's what we'll do. I'll add a little piece of metal onto here. I'll oblong these. This one I could actually move down. I could actually just weld the hole shut and move the hole down instead of oblonging it. We'll do it whichever way. I get over there. Alrighty, that's what we'll do. And look at that. Sitting right here in my little scrap bin. It's a perfect thickness. So I'll just cut that off like right across there. We'll go right here. We'll kind of give it a little angle. Weld that onto there. I could fill this hole. I could fill that hole. Move them both down. Boom, done. Easy, easy peasy. I got the bracket, I went and took and welded the holes shut on it, and I slid them down a little bit so it matches the old hole that was there already. And then I drilled the other one out, added a little piece of metal on there. So now that's all ready. We could take and put the Hydroboost unit onto the bracket, start mounting it all up. All right, now I take the unit here, put my bracket on there, this direction. All right, that should be good, just like that. All right, this part is all assembled. I've got the snap ring on here a little booty. I'm not gonna push the booty all the way up there yet. Make sure it fits in the hole. But the booty's not gonna get a hole in it. So, next thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna stick on these line adapters here. Let's see, this one here. A little drip of oil on the O-ring. Put these in here. Alright. All these got a little O-ring on them. Comes with the fittings for the unit too. But I got a rack, so I've got ones for the rack already, which those are probably the same. So I can use those ones. Just save these ones for another project if they work. These ones, let's see. Yeah, they probably won't. Let me see the difference. This one's straight. This one flares out at the bottom. And the threads are a little different. Yeah, the cone, you can see that. So, these ones came with the power steering rack, so I use those because I know they're right. Don't want to put something in there and have it be wrong. This is all ready to go. So go stick this on the truck, get ready to mock it up, the lines onto it. One goes from the power steering pump to this unit, and then from this unit to the rack. And then the rack back into the reservoir. So I'm gonna go put this piece on here and get ready to run those lines. All right, let's take this. This goes this direction. And there like that. Oh, gotta lower the truck down a little bit. Truck's too high. All right, that's good for now. All right, I gotta figure out which one here. I think this is the pressure side. I'll go check the directions and which one's which. Line right here. The power steering unit right here. The pump. This is made for a Teflon lined. Use these high pressure fittings. This one's got an olive in it. That's what squeezes the line. The one that comes with this unit here does not have that type. It's a little different. It goes on there by friction. So I've never seen one of those for a hydraulic unit before, but that's what it comes with, so it should be fine. So grab those and bring that over here. Mark the lines. And I got both my fittings down there in the rack. So let's see. I'm going to take the line here and come on, get on there. Wow, that was a tough place to put a line. Why in the world did they put that there? Jeez, GM, couldn't put that in a worse spot. All right, that's on there. Now, this is the pressure side. Pressure side goes underneath the accumulator, right here. Should go something like that. And that one sit there. And then this is the one that goes from the unit down to the rack. I'm gonna try to make these look good here. Come on. Over there. Got a rack. They're primarily in the same area, so I'm just going to whichever one I get on the easiest. Put them on right and put it together. So let's see if I bring these two together, run them up nicely like this. This one here, if I turn it this direction like that, good, away from everything, away from the header. And then this one here, I get it up top, go this way. This way from the header there. And this one will turn this direction. So if I take this one underneath, like that, give me a fairly decent looking. Oh, if I can't fix it now, I'll go get the ends. Let's get these on there. Like that. Yeah. Alright, so face one. Don't want to be faced right towards my shaft here. If I take a bow, well, can't do that. If I face one towards the pump like that, I wonder if I can take this one here. Oh, I think that might work. Take the one that goes back to the rack and go down underneath. Oh yeah, that's gonna work perfect. Just like that. All right. Perfect. Nice clean look. And it'll hold. One will hold the other one. So nothing's hitting anything. All right, that's good. I like that. Let's go get something to mark them and cut them up. All right, I am going to mark the one from the pump to the Hydroboost with a piece of tape so they don't get messed up. So I know which one's which. They should be significantly different lengths. They shouldn't get messed up. It's better to be safe. That way. And here. Put this one here. That. Oh, just lost my pencil. Piece of tape. I'm going to hold this line here. I'm going to hold that line on there. This one here. I want to kink away from the frame. There. Well, that's nice too, because the lines are more than long enough that they send you, which is awesome. So, let's take these and go cut them. Put the fittings on. These lines together, because it's steel braid, they're really hard to twist. So you get everything set up go in there and mark it. That's the direction I want it to go. So I got line, line. So when I tighten this up, I've never seen this type for pressure. Usually there's a out. Usually there's an olive on there and a tube that you gotta stick everything. This is not. This is like the kind for a fuel line that's not extremely high pressure, but I guess it works on it because it's what came with it. So hopefully it works. But get that in there a little bit. Go put it on the vehicle, mark it, mark the direction, and then you can tighten it up and make sure it's pointing towards your mark. There they are, both of them. It's my mark. So now they're facing the right direction, so I don't have a problem trying to twist them on there. But next thing to do, just blow them out with some air and go put them on the truck. Okay, there is the unit all mocked up, all the lines, pressure line, return line to the rack, return low pressure. I tried putting this down below on the underside and just couldn't get us by, like, it's way too close to the pulley. So it's the best spot for it right there. I kind of hate it because, you know, belt breaks. It's gonna rip that hose right off. So what do? There's no place really to hide it. So kind of the best spot right there. So it'll work. We should get these all tied together here and it'll look good. Nice clean installation. So now the next thing is the brake rod inside. We'll get that all figured out. Don't know if I have to drill a new hole or not. Let's see here. You gotta have this inner neutral area. So probably about right there-ish, like that. So I might have to adjust the hole on the brake pedal. And so we'll see. That's what we'll do next here. We'll knock that little piece out. The next thing I gotta do here is I need to put the brake pedal horseshoe on. And this one's gonna be a little different, a little difficult. Because the brake pedal normally sits up pretty high in these trucks. And I'm gonna bring it down lower so I don't have to have such a high damn pedal. And same with the clutch pedal. So So you kind of try to figure out where this goes and have it to where there's enough adjustment that I can adjust this out. All right, ran out of battery. Now, where was I? I need to put the horseshoe on here, but I want to have this pedal to where it's lower than what it's supposed, what it normally is. It's more comfortable, more like a car instead of a truck. So, I'm going to try to get this in a spot where it's easily adjusted to not only bring it down lower, but we'll take a look here. I've already got the shaft cut down, and I had to get an extender for it, little piece here. But I've got extras of this kind of stuff, so that was easy. When I do the brake pedals with these extension shafts like this, I like to try to get that thing in the middle of the two shafts. So the one shaft's coming right in the center, and they tight up against each other, and then put a lock on it so it cannot come apart. So the last thing you want is your brakes falling apart. So this is all set up, already cut the size, and this is gotta go on here. All right, now like that. Okay, good. Now, and then the other thing it says is that you want to have the rod kind of neutral between up and down. They don't give you anything for pedal ratio. So I guess pedal ratio is not a problem with a Hydroboost. So that should be a good thing. And my stock hole is way the heck up there because it was manual brakes. And that's making it bind. I can feel the rod coming out of the Hydroboost binding, pushing it way up there. So I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to put it about right there, I think. That feels like it's a good spot. So I will mark this right here, like that. So I know the hole is ½ inch. So now, get out of there. Mark this up about ½ inch. Should be right about there. Now, should be able to, if we go past that, which it won't, be able to cycle this through, make sure. Yeah, it'll be a good spot right there. All right. I put the hole right about there. From that position, recycling it through, touches the floor pan right there. So then you push this down as far as it'll go. My mark does not show on the bottom of this. So that's a good spot right there. Where I marked that. So I'll take that out of there. We'll drill a hole right there. you know what? Probably gonna have to. Can't get the clutch out. Nope. Oh, don't tell me I gotta take everything apart. Oh, let's see. I guess if I can get in here. I'm gonna have to reach inside here and cut the spring arm off the clutch pedal because you can't slide it out. So, grab my cutter, we'll chop that off real quick. This right here is what I'm hitting. So I'm gonna cut that off about right here. No need for a clutch return spring on it anymore. See, I try to slide it out, it's hitting the cowl, so just cut that off. It's not necessary with hydraulics. Oh yeah, so much better. Now just should slide out of here. Or they have a bolt in there. Oh, let's see. All right, it's got a collar. Now, it's got a bolt here. I think this holds this on. Hopefully I don't have to drop everything off. Let's see if that does it. Oh goodness. It does not. Oh, tell me. Come on, don't make me take everything apart. Oh yeah, there it goes. All right. Hammer. Motor painter. Jeez. Definitely need some lube here. It's all dried out. Okay. There it is. Shaft. Yeah. Brake pedal should come out of there. There we go. All right, and that right here, this is your brake light tab, and the switch is mounted up in the top of the column bracket. So I need to drill that hole out right there. Clean my shaft up here with a little bit of rust so it slides in the hole easier. There is my new brake line. Brake. Oh. There's my new brake cylinder. Hydroboost hole. A little lower. That should be a good spot for it. So let's get back up there and give it a test. Oh, well, we don't want to break that. Oh, goodness. Now I just, there you go. All right, now this. Just like that. Oh, look at that. Oh, geez. Oh. Get it there. Oh, much better when it's clean. All right, there's my pin. So that goes there. That. That's gonna be fun. Pumpkin wrench. Oh, gotta get a wrench. Just a little too small, getting fingers up there. Oh, let's see here, where are you? All right, what is that out of there? Leave it down a little bit like that. Just up here. Boop. Oh. All right, I need a piece of tape too. All right, good enough for now. That is really, really, really high. Let's see, if I cycle this. Oh yeah, look at that. I am. Oh, can't see it. In there so I get a good measurement. I am 4 1/4 off the floor. 7 1/2 all the way up. So 4 1/4, 7 1/2. One more time here. All right. So I can lower that down quite a bit. See here. Like to have it about right there, maybe a little lower. I'm about 2 1/2 inches off the floor, right there. This out of the way. Like to have it sitting about right there is gonna make, is it gonna stay there? All right, cut 1 inch off my shaft here. So, if I cut 1 inch off that, that should put me approximately right there. And that'll give me the pedal travel I'm looking for and a lower pedal. So, if I cut 3/4 of an inch off right now instead of 1 inch, that gives me enough to get it adjusted with the clutch pedal. I'd like to have them the same. So, I think that should do good. And then I've got room to move inside here. All right, I've got the shaft cut down, put back in here. Let's put this back up here. All right, there it is. Put this back in here, put the little pin back in. And of course, you don't want to go. All right, now where did I end up at? I am 5, looks like 5 3/8, so that's good. Leaves me with some adjustment. I should be able to adjust this down pretty good. Oops, I'm taking it out of that one. So if I spin this down, look at that. All right, I'm about 1 inch off the floor, 1.5 inches. Let's see, 1.5 inches. So that's perfect. All right, that is done. So now, since we're in here, might as well find where the clutch master cylinder goes. Get everybody lined up here. Put this back on, so don't fall apart. Get it all on there so nothing gets lost. That's. Now cut that bracket down. I get done. Don't need this big long clutch rod under here. That's all right there. Should be close. So what I'm looking for here, I need to get the master cylinder for the clutch. I gave myself kind of a general measurement mark right there. So what I'm going to do here, it sucks, it's going to be right in that bracket. Oh, yuck. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut that piece of bracket off there. It is going to be in the way. I have no choice. Because there'd be no way to bolt this up with that in the way. So, bolts off to the side, and it's going to go almost right in this general area. So, I'm just going to take, there we go. All right, now let's go look out here and see where we're at. Oh, look at that. Be about right there. Pretty good. Lots and lots of room. All right. So we won't have any clearance issues with any of that. So that's good. So now to come in here and cut this off. I'm gonna have to cut it about there. Wish I could just from out there. All right, there is the holes I've got. Just enough room to fit that in there. So, take and pop the holes in there, and that's ready to go. Perfect. All right, now I got this all cleaned up. Little piece of thing off there. Now I got enough room for my bracket. Move up and down, back and forth a little bit. So kick it and center it about there. Drill the holes, mount that up. Let's see how it looks. Well, it looks pretty good. Get this one up here. This one here. That. This one down here should go pretty good. All right, what am I hitting here? Where are you? You can see you right there. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to, these holes moved over a little bit. Yep, they sure did. All right, I drilled on this bar, so the holes moved that way when I was drilling. So we gotta move them back a little bit. All right, now let's try again. Looks like they're better. Up here first. All right, there it is. Now, all right, last little thing. Looks like I gotta do is I gotta make the hole towards the bottom. Oh, it's really, really close. All right. Actually, I think it's right there. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. Might need a little more fine tuning on the hole. Get the rod to move the right spot. But all right. Kind of hate there's no way to put a firewall gasket on the clutch. That is one of the silliest designs. All right. Little fine tuning on the hole. And I think it should be there. Third time is a charm. Here we go. That one there. And then that one there. Okay, should be good. All right, now, next part is I need to make the rod first here. This all the way over, level. Like it's gonna be close. See here in a minute, that's going to go that way, so that will all be good there. So it should be pretty close. To do the pedal ratio, the length of my pedal here, which is 13 3/4, and they want you to have a 6 ratio, which would be, I think it's right around 2.5, but I won't have enough length to move the cylinder as far as it needs to move, so I got to come down here a little further to 2 3/8, and that gives me full 1 inch of movement on my clutch pedal, because if it doesn't move 1 inch from its spot, you won't get the full usage of the hydraulic cylinder. So there's kind of a compromise with that. So I gotta go a little bit lower than that. That's the one. This is the other one with the white. I need to go to that area there and drill that out. That way I've got enough movement of the clutch pedal. Move that. So drill that out. To make a spacer of some sort, space the rod over. Well, you see what I'm running into there. I have that much room between the rod and the clutch pedal, and with the GM hydraulic unit, you can't move the rod back and forth very much. It's got up and down, but it don't have back and forth. All right, now, see how little? That's all the movement you get with the GM type. But I can move it this way a lot. I've never understood why they make them that way. So, what I gotta do is make something to space this out. Get that over here further. You see, I got no room left. It's almost up against it. That's as close as I want to put it. I don't want to have it touching it. So, I'll have to build some sort of spacer. Move that over a bit. but it looks clean. That's a good thing. Everything's all tied up and bunched up. It'll all look really good. So next thing we're gonna do is figure out something for the clutch pedal. Okay, so I went in my scrap pile here and I found a spacer. It's about 5/8 thick. I just cut it down to that size, cleaned it up. It's always good to have a little bit of scrap stuff sitting around. Now I can take and weld that. I cut the front open so you can get in there. We take this and weld it on just like that. And that'll move my clutch rod over the amount I need, which is just about 3/4 of an inch. So it'll be good with the spacer and stuff that goes on the shaft here. It'll come up to be right about the right spot. So we'll weld this one on and flip it over. I'll drill through the hole I already have on there. And then I'll open this hole up enough to stick the pin through that hole and come out there. Because otherwise you'd have no way to tighten this. So now you just be able to go through this back hole here. So we'll weld this on and finish that piece up, and the clutch will be just about finished up. There's my piece added on. Made the hole bigger. Drop it right through. Hold it with the Allen wrench. Just like that. So we go install this. Stick this back up here. Alright, that'll hold it. Alright, should give me good range. Just like that. Works out pretty good. So I'm gonna cut the shaft about right there. That'll be my first cut. Should be, this is pretty much centered. And I went to the back side approximately of the little rod end here. So we'll go cut that real quick. All right, there it is. All done. Spaced over. I had to space this over because the Hydroboost, you can't go any further that way. So the easiest solution is to space that over. And everything's nice. Push the clutch, I've got 1 inch of movement, a little more than. But this is bottomed out, this is bottomed out, so there's adjustment. I can bring the clutch pedal up if it's too low. The same with the brake. I can bring it up a little higher if I want. But they're both nice and nice positions with the gas pedal. So that is done on the clutch. Everything's roughed in on that. So brakes are done and the rough in of that. So the next thing to do here is I've got a proportioning valve here that I need to mount up somewhere. Maybe I'll put it like right there. Be a good spot. Right in that area. The lines go in. I don't want to put it like that. So if I put it just like that, make a little bracket, mounts on the wheel well, I think it'll work really good. Then I can make the brake lines from the master down to the proportional valve. Get this all mounted up. And then I can leave that right there. I can finish the lines when I pull the cab off. Start putting it all back together. All right, this is the last little piece I have to do for the Hydroboost, which is my column bracket. I had to step it up a little bit. So, put this back in here. It's in front of the Hydroboost instead of being behind it. That fits in there like that. And that way, lay a bit more. No, is it right? Alright, put that back up in there. That's where it goes. So, Hydroboost is done after that. Alright, I've got a little bracket I just made up real quick. Just a piece of 16 gauge to hold this. Bend it so it fits on the wheel well. I'm going to mount it right there like that. That'll work out perfect. Easy to get to. Out of the way of everything. So for right now, I'm just going to zip screw it on here. I got the brake proportioner valve mounted here on my wheel well. That works in a really nice spot for it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run the 2 lines from the master down to the proportioner valve. I won't be able to run any of the other ones. The engine's in the way, and there's no real way to run these either, since it's got to be taken apart again. So these brake lines will wait. I'll make the brake lines when I get the cab back on. That way we could do the fuel regulator. We can do the body, brake lines, get those done at the same time. Not really a big deal. But the one part I do have to do is I have to weld the tabs onto the frame. So I'll figure out where to mount those, get those welded onto. So this part will all be done. And getting really close to running out of stuff to do. This is where it starts getting tough, because you're trying to remember what you got to do, what needs to go on here. But basically, I'm almost there. A couple more things. Radiator, I've got to mount up somehow. There's no mounting on my radiator, so I might have to weld on some tabs on that. And the fuel filler neck. I think that's basically the hard work that's left in here. And what else? Really, I think that's about it. Go over everything. So get these done, we'll probably be jumping on the interior and start roughing in some interior. I got me just a old crusty piece of wire. Been used many times. But I'm going to take and use this to kind of give myself an idea of where I'm going to go. It's an easy way to get a length to. Like that. That's a pretty easy line to make. Just like that. I'll do the first bend from this wire right here. And then this one I'll use for length. But I'm not going to use what I've got for a bend there. I'll come back over here and measure. Tape measure. But that's mainly going to be the line. It's a very simple one. Alright, I'll take this wire I kind of just made up. Little mock-up. Yeah, we'll go there. We'll go there. Go here. Oh, we'll make it 17 inches. There's my 17-inch piece. Now, first thing we want to do here, there, you know, that should be first line. Now I want to flare this end out. Stainless steel is pretty tough to flare. It takes a few shots to learn how to do it. But it does flare nice once you learn how to use it. And you gotta have one of these to do it. You can't use a normal, one of those cheap little ones that you screw down. They don't work for doing stainless. So, first thing, that shows over there. Put it over here. First, there's a flat one here. You put it all together, snug it up, and then pull that in. And that brings that flat. And then give the sucker a crank down. And then you go to 3/16 screen. And that'll give you your first. Of course, I'm set up wrong here. The green one gives you your bubble. So you got the bubble. That's what I just pushed into it. And then you go to the orange, which makes it a flare. Just like that. And you do have to lubricate it. Little bit of anti-seize on the things, little probes here. You just slide the piece on, and boom. Beautiful, beautiful flare. So now, what you have to do is bend this. Always put your end on before you bend it, because once you get it bent, you won't get the end on it. All right, okay, can mark this one. I'm gonna move it up a little higher. Now I've got the line. I could stick it in the hole and make sure exactly where I liked it. Now, got a mark right there. You don't need to put this in a vise like this. I just do it because it's easier. There it is. Beautiful. You can put it in your hand too. It don't matter. I just like using it in the vise. That way it's not flipping all over. Then there, right there. And take and mark right where this is coming out from the center over here. Mark that. Then I put a line on the back side. So now I know to bend that direction when I'm looking at it. Because if you don't put a line on it, you know which way to bend it. So that makes it a lot easier to get all confused. You can see the line. There's my mark. So you know where to go with it. I don't know if it's showing up on there or not. But now we just bend it that way. Freaking both of them are coming on. All right, put this back in here. Now, we've got that one there. This is the wrong direction. This way. All right, now. Where is it? There's the line. Straight up. There it is. So you put that line right there at the beginning of your wheel. We're going to start making a bend, and that'll put that line right in the center of your bend. So now go measure this length and be able to cut that one down. All right, now we got that bend in there. Now we put down here. Kind of get a straight shot. It looks decent. Right, probably about right there. Should be about good. Right there. All right. Let's go cut, flare, and put the end on this one, and we got one done. There is a good flare right there. Got the nice bubble with the flare end. Comes up, looks good. That is a fail flare. What happened is I didn't get the bubble all the way because the table slid on me and then the vise slid on me. So I did not get it puckered up for the bubble flare. So if you try to use that, you would have a leaky line. I mean, you might be able to crush that sucker on there. But that's what a failed flare looks like. And that's kind of what stainless will look like if you try to flare it without doing the bubble. You'll kind of do the same thing. Stainless is really, really hard to turn into a bubble flare, but once you learn how to do it, it becomes pretty easy. But that's a nice flare right there. So let's go stick this one on there, and both those are done. All right, there's that one. Let's stick this one in there. Stick one in there.